Hey folks, welcome back to Hot Tub Beer Review. Tonight we're going to go visit our friends over at Straight to Ale Brewing. We're going to have the Turbo Generator. Stick around.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Back to do that once again. Appreciate you checking out this video. I've got Jay, I've got Andy in the attic. I am Ben. What are we drinking today?
We are going to have the Turbo Generator. It's from Straight to Ale Brewing out of Huntsville, Alabama. It is a German style Doppelbock lager. So,
All right.
let's crack her.
It's been a little bit since we've had a straight to ale.
Yeah, they've had some interesting ones, but we've been so consumed with a lot of other things in inventory, I just hadn't picked any up. And I thought this can art was kind of intriguing, and to see them do a Doppelbock lager that's actually 8% too, by the way.
Yep.
I thought it would be a fun little beer. Let's see here.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.
As Jay said, Doppelbock, 8%. And that is all I could find out about this beer because they did not even have it as a limited edition special release or anything on their website.
And they do that with several of the ones I think that they end up canning.
Yeah, they do a lot of special ones because we've had multiples, and I've seen when I've been at the beer store over there when I was in Birmingham and Hop City. Some of the ones I've gotten or seen, I didn't even see those on their website, so they're just not including and updating that a lot.
Yeah, they're not really consistent about their updating their website, but as you can see, I mean, they generate can art and have good logos for most of these that they come up with. So it's good, and I mean, this one's been canned. I've seen it on and off in the stores for several months, and it just depends on the seasonal type things that they do. So.
Before I go, since it's been a while since we've done Straight to Ale, before I talked about them, I will remind y'all about the Doppelbock and the suffix on the Doppelbock, the ATOR, the ATOR. So ATOR indicates that it's a Doppelbock. And then most bocks have a goat on them. And so because of Bock in German refers to goat, although when we were discussing the from the Brewer's Advent Calendar, when I talked about the mispronunciation or the dialect of people from Munich talking about Einbecks, they called it Bach instead of Beck. And so that just got kind of inadvertently changed and just became popularized as Bachs instead of Becks from that one region. And so that's why with any Bach or Doppelbock, you got the goat with it. That's why Celebrator, the German one, has the two goats because it's a Doppelbock, and so two goats, Doppel, use double. Isn't this fun? This is fun with words.
It is very fun.
Okay. Going on. Straight to Ale. It's a microbrewery. in Huntsville, Alabama, founded in 2009 by a couple local home brewers. It is now one of Alabama's largest production breweries, and for a microbrewery at that. 2016, they reclaimed a vacant middle school campus at the edge of downtown Huntsville and turned it into a brewery, bar, restaurant, and local shops. They include cider and mead production, distilled spirits. They have a kitchen, pinball arcade, pool room, and that's all I got. And I'm relying on you, Jay, since this is your backyard, to tell us what all.
Yeah, so it's a really cool venue. They, like you said, they took the school, and a whole area is called Campus 805. They have uh, in the straight to ale portion where they do all the brewing is actually in the old gymnasium. So they left the basketball goals and everything, but that's where they do their brewing and their canning operation. And interestingly, you walk right through it when you go from the indoor tap room area to the back patio and courtyard. So you can walk through and see it all up close and personal. I mean, they've got barricades, but there's a little walkway along the edge, which is kind of cool. And then they do have an area where they converted an old locker area with inside it has a speakeasy. You just kind of push the lockers to the side and then you go in, and that's their version of the speakeasy. They had a wine room as well. Then there have been other businesses in there as well. The axe throwing folks have a place there. There's another bar or two in there as well. But it's a neat little area. Lots of places to walk and go back and forth, probably within a quarter of a mile there.
Nice.
And they have like a good outdoor kind of beer garden set up for like the 4 weeks out of the year that it's tolerable to drink outdoors.
Yeah, they have a
South.
patio on the school front side. You don't normally see a lot of people out there. The patio out back, though, when you walk through the actual brewery, is really nice. And then they have some picnic tables. There's a complete courtyard in between. It just has a big grassy area, and on the other side of that is Yellowhammer Brewing. So you have both the breweries right there that share a courtyard.
Wow.
And that in the past they've done fun things. They'll have little mini concerts or things like that in that little grassy area, or they've actually done a beer mile there. I don't know that it was actually a beer mile, but because it's not big enough. But it was one where I think they had, a beer half mile or something like that, and every 10th of a mile you had to stop and drink 4 ounces of beer or something like that.
That's awesome. I would definitely be down for that.
Yeah.
So by chance, I can't recall the agenda. Is this a place we're going to go in October?
Yeah, definitely. That's I'd love for us to go in, check out Straight to Ale, and that's one of the other reasons I haven't bought as much stuff from them. I mean, they're usually pretty good about rotating their stuff almost weekly to definitely monthly. They have their, I think it's 4 or 5 year-round mainstays, and we've had most of those, but some of the others that they rotate. Then we thought we would walk across the courtyard there and maybe go to Yellowhammer. Down the street used to be Salty Nut Brewing that Straight to Ale had bought, and I think they still brew stuff under the Salty Nut label. They had moved all the brewery for Salty Nut over into their production facility at Campus 805, but they had a tap room that was about a block and a half away, so you could walk down there and have Salty Nuts Brewery beer. They've since closed that, but there's another couple of breweries just right there, so you can hit 3-4 breweries just in walking distance.
Nice. So. All right, Jay, have you had this one before? Yeah. All right.
I have.
That's fantastic. I appreciate you getting this one for us. I'll go first then. So I think this one's interesting. When the aroma I get off it very first was, just a very light banana on the nose, very light at the very beginning. I don't get it so much anymore as maybe I've gotten used to the taste, but it's. I think this one to me is it seems a little bit lighter than some of the other Doppelbocks that we've had or that I've had. Not lighter from an ABV. I mean, I don't really notice that it's 8%, but from the flavor standpoint, it seems like a little bit lighter flavor. And I actually kind of like that in this one. Other than that, I don't really pick up anything that's just amazing or different. It seems to just be kind of a normal Doppelbock for me, somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. I enjoy it. Love to have another one. Andy,
I couldn't pick up a banana, but I do smell like kind of a caramel, definitely a malty feel, but that definitely caramel and malt on the palate as well. And it, like you said, Ben, it does not feel 8%. It doesn't taste or feel light, but it doesn't feel heavy. It's just that in between. So I'm like, if I drink this, I'm like, had I not known 8%, I'd been like, oh, it's in the 5s, maybe 6s. And it's got a good taste. You could tell it is a Doppelbock. So they did their job in recreating the style. And I would have this one again. It's very satisfying. And I'm right there with you, Ben. 7.5. They did a good job. It's not too sweet and syrupy feeling. It feels German style.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys on this. It's the 8% is very deceptive, and this could be a dangerous beer if you were to sit down and just have one after the other if you're at a bar or tap room, because if you don't pay attention to that, it'll bite you. And I think it's one of the better ones that Straight Tail has offered in a long time. A lot of the times they do variations of the IPAs, and I love those. But at some point, yeah, I'll say it. There's only so many of those different variations they can do, right?
Whoa! Glad we got that recorded.
Yeah, incriminating evidence. They won't let us in now.
Yeah, they have some great IPAs. They have some really good beer. They do some good sours. But this one, I was very intrigued, and that's one of the reasons I got it. It was A, the can art, and B, to see a Doppelbock coming from them. I mean, because you don't see a lot of that from the local breweries, and if you do, they just leave a lot to be desired, especially on the American side when they have brewers doing them. So this one I was really pleased to see. It's like you said, Andy. To me, first taste, you get that malty, caramelly, almost a little toffee in there, if you will. But I like it. I didn't get the banana like you, but for me, given what I know about Straight Tail and everything else, and how they came up with this one, I give it an 8. It's good. I like it a lot.
That is going to be a 7.7 for the Turbo Generator from Straight to Ale. Definitely an interesting beer. If you see it out in the wild, you've got to grab it and give it a shot. If you've had it, let us know what you think about it. You can do that down in the comments. You can come join us on social media. All the links are down below. You can jump into the Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server, chat with the three of us and the others who have joined us there. So many ways to reach out to us and check in with us as well. If you are interested in Hopped Up Beer Review merch, we got a link down below for that. Also, koozies, shirts, glasses, that sort of thing. And then we also have a link down below with some of the equipment that we use to record this show. Just something you can check out if you're interested in that as well. With that, for Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.